Hello and welcome to Styracosaurus Rex, the channel devoted to all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. Today we're going to turn our sights to PNSO once again. This time we'll be looking at number 59, Anthony the Styracosaurus. So you see the box before you. You got PNSO. Anthony is part of PNSO's prehistoric animal line, so that means it's in the mid-grade level of their models. They've got miniatures, and they also have their museum lines. And as I stated, this is part of their prehistoric animal line, their standard line. So you can see the box. You've got another picture of Anthony over there on the side and on the other side there. So there you have it. So without further ado, let's get Anthony out of packaging. As is standard with PNSO models, Anthony comes with a booklet, educational booklet that has all kinds of, like I say, information. It's mostly geared towards children. And it also comes with illustrations of the model, as you can see there. Very nice photos of Styracosaurus. Got more and other information like how to draw, so you can see stuff like that. Pretty cool information, education on their anatomy, so on and so forth. So it's pretty cool right there. And also typical with PNSO is they bless us with posters, and the same is said for the Styracosaurus. So we have this poster right here, you can see, in a very good pose. This is it'd have been nice if we had gotten this. This is like a statue, so this is pretty nice there. And that will do it for the accessories. So as you can see, we've got Tony on the rotating platter. Talk about Anthony the Styracosaurus there. PNSO always gives their models names. Pretty amusing, and getting that 360-degree view. And as always with Ceratopsians, it's that skull, the frill. That's the standout feature. You could see all the rest. The paint apps will address everything once we get Anthony off of the platter, which we're going to do now. So here we've got taking a look at our Styracosaurus here, and some things about the Styracosaurus. It, as all Ceratopsians were, they all lived in the Cretaceous period. Styracosaurus lived about 76 to 75 million years ago, probably a little bit longer, probably 80 to 75 million years ago, up in Canada, Alberta, Canada. And strangely enough, it lived alongside another Ceratopsian, the Centrosaurus, who we've previously reviewed. And strangely enough, it was also of similar size to the Centrosaurus, about 18 feet long. So even though they were large animals in general, they were mid-sized Ceratopsians in particular. So you got that. As far as this model is concerned, it measures at about 7.5 inches and 3 inches at the shoulder, 4 inches at the top spike there. So that automatically puts this guy out of scale. I know this because measuring the Centrosaurus the other day, she came in at 6.2 inches, which made her perfectly at 135 scale at just over 18 feet. So with Anthony here at 7.5, that would actually calculate to about 23 feet. So he's grossly oversized. So to consider him an 18-foot animal, he's at the 130 scale. So it's a little unfortunate, but you know, there are always exceptions. You know, we've got 7-foot human beings, and 7-foot males, and the average male is 5'9". So, there can be exceptions. Anyway, he'll still look good in my collection anyway. So let's take a look at that skull, since we're talking about looking good. Trying to get the skull in as close as possible and still keep it in frame is proving to be difficult, simply because Anthony, being a Styracosaurus, has one of the most impressive frills and ornamentation along those frills of any ceratopsian. He's a centrocene dinosaur. You can see he is definitely adhering to all of the criteria. Ornamentation along the frill, the outer edges of the frill, and a long nasal horn. He's got it all. Styracosaurus, by the way, is arguably the second most popular or well-known ceratopsian, second only to Triceratops itself. So everybody seems to know what a Styracosaurus is, and I believe second to Triceratops has been the most recreated ceratopsian in models and toys. So anyhow, let's take a look at this model. Try to get a look at the head there. I'll turn it this way so you can see the profile view of Anthony. He's got the typical orange eyes with the black irises, as you can see there. He's got his nasal horn. If I can get it a little bit closer, that's not going to work too much. She's going to, if I get it closer, she's going to get out of focus. So give me a second here to make some adjustments, because I want you guys to see this. There, that's a little bit better. You can see that Anthony also has age rings like our previous two ceratopsians, the Centrosaurus and the Triceratops. They had these rings at the base of their horns too. So I just wanted to have you guys see that, because the very size of Anthony's skull made it problematic to show that from the angle that I had it originally. Looking at Anthony's frill from the front, you can see the paint work there. That's pretty beautiful. And trying to look at the spikes on the horns, the spikes on the frill, excuse me, you can see he's adorned with 4 spikes, technically 6 if you want to go with the small horn. It goes all the way around. He's got the prominent ones that you can just easily notice. He's got 8 of them, 4 on either side there, with the the longest ones right there at the top, and then they branch out left and right. He's got a few more spikes going along the very edges there of his frill, looking pretty good. As far as the rest of Anthony goes, you see, talking about the paint apps, once again, PNSO, the drab paintwork and the stripage is kind of similar to the last two ceratopsians. Well, definitely the Centrosaurus with the stripes. These stripes are more prominent than what we saw on the Centrosaurus. You can see that, but you've got that drab tannish brown with some green dry brushing going over it. So you can see that, and then you've got the dark stripes, which start at the base of the neck and it works its way down to the very tip of the tail, and does the same thing on both sides. You've got some striping splotches along the legs. As far as the feet, PNSO still tight with their accuracy. 4 toes on the back, 5 on the front. Pretty good there. Looking at the back of the frill, not really too much going on back there in the area of paint. I wouldn't think it would be anyway. I don't see why. It doesn't make too much sense. Looking at some of the detail, Anthony has the osteoderms and the scalation, as you can see there. Very nice. You can see the folds and the wrinkles. His left hind leg is he pushed off of it, so you see the stretch in there. I always love seeing that. You see some folds there in the left forelimb. Turning to the other side, since the right leg is pushing forward, you see the wrinkles up there at the back and some stretching back there. And you've got folds and wrinkles and everything up there. His right foreleg is lifting up just slightly. You can see that. It's still touching the ground when you have it on the ground. You see that nice softness there. Looking for the booty check. He does have a cloaca right there. So you can see that. Make sure it's in different right there. So cool. We've gotten the most important thing out of the way, obviously. So that's what we got going on for our guy Anthony. Now for a couple comparisons, we've got Anthony side by side with our girl Jenny, the Ceratopsians, and you can see the differences in sizes when they were of similar size. Anthony is decidedly larger than Jenny. I mean, you could flub it. Jenny could be, because it is a female, smaller, but I mean, if you just had those two together with nothing else. But since Jenny scales perfectly at 135, it is what it is. Anthony is he's oversized. He's 130 scale, but they still look great together. I'm actually loving it. And then adding the big boy to the mix, we've got Doyle, the Triceratops right there behind, and even with Anthony being out of scale, he is still eclipsed by the Triceratops. Strictly awesome. But there it is. It's our Ceratopsians, and it should be noted that Jenny and Anthony are centrocene Ceratopsians, whereas Doyle is a Chasmosaurian Ceratopsian. Giving my final thoughts on Anthony, the Styracosaurus from PNSO's Prehistoric Animal line, number 59 in the series. It's a beautiful looking figure. That the skull, as always with Ceratopsians, the straight up highlight of the entire animal. The paint apps drab again, but it is what it is. It is a staple of PNSO. They're also they've been guilty of the artwork, like the promo artwork is always better than what we get out of packaging. Almost always. They do have some rare exceptions where the finished product, the finished model, the apps on there, the paint apps on there, were better than what we saw in the promo. But it's very few and far in between when that happens. But it is what it is. Once again, the head of this model is spectacular. The spikes, the ornaments along the frill. Styracosaurus, one of the most well-known Ceratopsians, one of the most well-known dinosaurs, period. And it's because of the frill work. And yeah, pretty nice model. It's 130 scale, so keep that in mind if you're a crazy stickler for being in scale. But you can fudge it. It's not like it's grossly oversized. He's a big boy. Every once in a while you get an exception to the rule, and that's how we're going to play it with Anthony. So yeah, it is what it is. And that's going to do it for this review. Thank you for joining me as we take a look at Anthony. One last thing, if you're interested, Anthony goes for about $35. You can get him on Amazon, you can get him on AliExpress, and yeah, it costs about $35, which is about the average price. I believe I stated that Jenny, the Ceratopsians, was also about $35. So there you have it. And technically with this one, you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck because Anthony is an inch and a half longer. So yeah, so there is that. So once again, guys, thank you. Please like, please share, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so we can grow this channel. If you love dinosaurs and prehistoric animals, this is the place to be. Trust and believe. If you want to be notified when I upload another video, please smash the bell and that will happen. Please leave comments below. Give me your critiques, your criticisms, your questions, your concerns, your opinions. I want to hear it all. So yeah, that'll do it. Take one last look at Anthony the Styracosaurus because both he and I are out. Thank you guys, and take care.